Yeah, I'm muted. Welcome to Saturday. Hi. Um, last stream of the month. Thanks to Canadian Fiction Fest happening next week, of which I will be in a panel on Wednesday, and want to watch. Um, I want to actually be in the chat for the rest of the streams that week. So I decided I'm not going to stream on Monday because I'm going to be watching Fiction Fest and taking part and stuff. So, how's it going, friends? We have Kyoko here who shared the stream on the channels. I appreciate you very much. As always, you are my people. Also have Malin. Hello, hello. Kyoko says eating dinner and enjoying the day off while surviving the heat. It's 34 here, which is awful. I don't know how it is here. I know the sun was warm, but hi, Anne. Hi, Anne again from the right account. Yep, no, I'm a special being who did not unmute herself. So also, yes, we have Her Royal Highness, who is always here for the cuddles, even if I'm trying to work. So what's the vibe today? What are we working on? I might work on book 2 today. I say that because today also the pain is painting. So I'm not feeling the most greatest of times today. But yeah. We're here. We're going to try to get at least some work done. Just some. Anna's also dying the heat. It's bad and Kai. Malin is doing Pinterest and mood boarding research. Love it. I was going to do work more on my what characters know and what they don't know about it, like how they feel about each other spreadsheet thing, to work on this chapter that I'm currently working on. But what I think I'm going to actually do is reread the chapter and see if that just kind of picks me up where to go, because I've been struggling for the last couple days on it because it is a political chapter with arguing, and it wasn't tense enough for beta feedback people. So yes, it's supposed to be 38 on Wednesday next week. That is awful. What is your vibe today, Crystal? Tell me what I've missed, or tell me what's new. I've missed you. I've missed you too. We need to do a thing where we just sit and hang, because I've missed that. Yeah. What's new? Started my physio on Monday. I've been doing that for a couple of days, which is probably half of the reason why parts of my body hurt. But also parts of my body hurt that aren't connected to the physio stuff, so just chalking it up to a general chronic pain day. I have a website where you can buy signed copies of my book, and you can buy stickers on the website. I do have to fix the shipping still. Unfortunately, I do have to raise the prices a bit. Sucks. What else? I think that's it. Am I missing anything? I don't know. Hate it. Someone thought it was a great idea for the entire finance department of the state level government to do their annual sports festival this week. It's awful. Are you okay? Oh my god, I'm existing, but yeah, we're dealing with the heat as best as possible. Brock hates it, but we're doing the best we can. I agree, I missed you too. One of my coworkers says he's going to play beach volleyball in this temperature. Even my Thai coworker is looking at him like he's crazy. Work drama, so much work drama. It is an entire saga. Ooh, that's super fun. Do you ship the copies and everything yourself? Yes, I do it. step in and move the blanket out of the way. That's all my books. That's all my books. Oh god, I didn't lock this. Ugh. And then I have bookmarks for like instead of business cards. Like this is stuff that's all left over from Bookfest. So I can put this back now. And then these are the big stickers. We love work drama as long as you're okay, which Kyoko is not okay. Oops. I meant to do this one. Not okay. Happy when the coworker's gone. Don't know how he's still here. People have been fired for less. And I'll take one of the little ones. This is a lot of the little stickers. Everything, all of it is shown in picture form on my website. And yeah. So that's I made all this stuff for Bookfest and then I have so much left extra. I'm like, well, I have a website. I should do something with that. Put that back. My YouTube anniversary was a few days ago. It was on the 17th. It was fun. Stieg asked me a million questions, like as I was trying to log off for the day. Oh, I'm so sorry. Will he be fired? Is there anything that you can do to get the ball rolling? Oh, we love bookmarks and stickers, right? I love the bookmarks and stickers. They are very cool. I need them. I need them in my life. Well, he's broken all the rules at least within his first 3 weeks. Got yelled at multiple times by the boss and lectured by Miss Boss and the supervisors. And picked fights with everyone. Everyone doesn't like him. He's a menace. That sounds like the drama. And I am sorry you're going through that. So, yeah, that's where we are at present. I mean, I did go to Bookfest. I really need to actually like make I ramble about Bookfest for like a few minute video because I talked in depth about it 2 streams ago, but I didn't vlog or anything because it was really a crazy day. So, but I think that's all of the things. Also, I was actually going to read the comment and then my brain went, nah. Seems like bosses need to get their shit together and get rid of him. I'm looking for inspo for creating an alien race, and somehow I find myself in a rabbit hole of 70s fantasy nights and monster imagery. Oh dear. That's just it. TLDR. He has been here for 3 months, so it'll be another 3 months because that's the trial period. Very fun. Not what it was. The rabbit hole was very fun. Not what Mullen was aiming for. I haven't thought about writing in forever, but I could be persuaded to do it today. Well, you're in the right place because we do the timers. Rabbit holes sometimes we find ourselves in. It's true though. It's so true. I mean, come on. I found myself in a rabbit hole of learning mattresses in like, a fantasy setting. So, oh, what's the coolest thing about Bookfest? Being able to actually go to a place and sit at a table and people come up and want to buy my book and stuff and all the other authors. And I got that signed Book Dragon. And then I got a little 3D printed dragon friend over there. He's so cool. Shannon bought him for me because he was my emotional support human who needed to get me through the damn event. It was so much fun. And I got to read part of my book, and it was just a lot of fun. Happens to the best of us. See, at least I can hope that my boss will not finalize his contract. We're better off without him. Oh my god, yes, I missed the gossip about the book fest. You really did. Stieg went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and asked me like 6 billion questions. TMZ apparently was not there like she promised she was going to be. Or would it be like, so would it be MMZ? I have literally know what TMZ even stands for, so I don't even know if I can make the joke. It was so much fun. It was really, really windy, and I was still sick, so I was squeaky as hell and didn't have enough energy to get through anything. But I got to meet a bunch of fun authors, and the author that was there for my December event was there, and he is just a time. He is so funny. He is so just like, he's a genuinely good dude. Like so far, the authors that I've met in town, because like BookFest was just for local authors, they're all a bunch of cool folk. I mean, it was great. He also kind of seemed to think I'm his mother. Ew. Gross. He's absolutely the embodiment of a negative Gen Z stereotype. Dragons. There's a bird that looks like a dragon. That's cool. I was still on the train back from London when you streamed that day. I'm sorry. It was a 3-hour trip. I'm so tired. That is okay. I'm just teasing. Steve got to like take the role of TMZ. It was really funny. I might go back and like look at the questions he wrote and like write them down, and then if I make this video, it's just gonna be me talking for like however long it takes me to tell the stuff. You know? I don't know. Think about it. This is so nice that you're meeting new people in the craft and expanding your community. Yeah, I like it. I did get. Oh God, I added another book to my TBR. This was the author that was sharing my table, and she recommended it to me because she was listening to my pitch for Incarnate's Rise and goes, I think you'd like this. And so I bought it. So it's on my TBR along with the other 7 books that I got for my book birthday, or my birthday book venture. I don't know how to word it. Hubby basically took me to the bookstore and went, go. So I went. I love this is basically just a let's catch Anne up on everything. Should I pull out my TBR? Oh, no, like, hey, mom, rather than constantly comes and questions. Did Azzy not? Damn it. So we have a bit of a straw collection. Paper straws. On my husband's desk. And it looks like Azzy has decided to knock them all over. So I will be cleaning up that at some point. Oh, what's up with Mullen while they're all catching up? Comes to me like a little child, constantly calling for. Oh, I hate coworkers like that. Like, have agency, leave me alone. That's a nope. He's in my shift, so every day except for our days off. 7-year book. He also tries to play boss with the other student jobbers. Oh man. Can your hubby teach my BF? Yes, you should pull out your TBR, pull out everything. As she should. She's the queen and gets to decide the straws get to. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay, so my current TBR, I'm currently reading Well of Ascension, so we'll start there. Okay. And then I take these down so I can already get to this one. Okay, so this one these are just because I technically back in a compliment. Oh, no, I missed one. Okay. Anyway, I also got books again, post them in the Discord. Love it. I'm also waiting for, still waiting for my pre-ordered page one undone. Yeah, who was talking about that the other day? Zara. I was streaming with Inevitable Books last week, and she mentioned it and sent me a template. I might get it. We know me with craft books. It's kind of weird. Also waiting for that book. Oh, so it's not just me. Good. I hope it's just reprinting and shipping stuff. Okay, so since I now have top things, I mean, Amazon has been absolutely awful with any and all pre-orders. Yes, oh my god. So we have Empire of the Vampire. I just learned that this is a series. I thought it was a standalone. So we're gonna have a problem because I might want to read the series. We'll find out. And then we have Kate Kavanaugh's book. Thanks for watching. I looked for a bunch of Inevitable titles at the bookstore, and this was the first one I could find that was currently in stock at the time. This goes back on my friend shelf. Every single book from Inevitable Books has a 2 to 6 month late for me too. Even Herman's books have come late. I don't know why. Oh, German. I waited 6 months for my Odyssey and Iliad copies by Emily Wilson until they canceled them because I got them 2 days from my local bookstore. Woof. Also waiting on Kay's book. I did also talk about Death Defying by J.S. Edens. I don't actually know how to say her name. So I got this book. Also go back on my vampire shelf because that's where all of my vampire. I have a shelf just for vampire fiction. It's me. Hi, how are we? I did also pick up The Hero of Ages since I am reading Well of Ascension. Yeah. So I'm actually I'm really enjoying Well of Ascension. I think it's helping me with some of the political crap I've got to write. I've got to take this stupid sticker off this book. I totally forgot. This was the only copy of Blood Over Brighthaven in the freaking bookstore, and they put a freaking sticker on it. Makes me grumpy. So I still gotta do that. Brighthaven stay. And then I also have Gideon of the Ninth. I know that there's more like series or big universe. We'll see how I feel about this one. Both Blood Over Brighthaven and Gideon of the Ninth were recommendations I got from Mars. So, And then I have the first. Oh, it was Violet was the one who recommended Gideon of the Ninth. My bad. Mars was the one. It was on their TBR as well. And then I got the Dungeon Crawler book. I literally don't know anything about most of these books. They were just on my list. And hubby was like, here's your budget. Go nuts. And as I was looking this over, one of the employees walked past me. It was like, that is such a good book. And I'm just like, okay, I'll add to the list. So that was my limit. Well, actually, I could have probably gotten more, but hubby was just kind of like, sorry. Hubby was like, keep going if you want to. And I'm like, bitch, you think it's going to take me 7 years to read these books. Stay. So, yeah. And then also I have Stealing from Wizards is on my TBR. And so is Backhanded Compliments. I bought them and I haven't read them yet. So, yeah. But that was my book birthday TBR. So, I got books. I think I'm a little over halfway for Well of Ascension. I'm trying to read a little bit every night so that way I can actually get through them because there's going to be an Asterion book coming in September, so I have to read all of these books by September or hubby's not going to let me get the Asterion book. The whole book for shifter porn. I love that. Thank you. I mean, when I order Thea via I know what that is because I distribute through them. Biggest bookstore franchise. Books take 2-3 weeks, and that's the order thingy. Daggerheart Core Robot in a month. I hate stickers too. I ruined my copy because of a sticker. Oh no. To be fair, everyone loves Dungeon Crawler Carl except me, but I'm the exception. I literally have no idea what I'm going to be like jumping into, so it's fine. Accidentally, about 12 books at TK Maxx last month, so I cannot judge. They have books? Mine just has clothes and they're overcrowded and everyone's grumpy. I'm in the mood. Yep, they have books and they're cheaper and in English. Oh my god. Like Sarah J. Max, Frida McFadden, and other popular English titles are like £5 to £9 or euros. Sorry, euros, right? Per paperback. What? How? Yeah, you gotta go check it out. Oh my god. Well, I have 1 week left until vacations, so if I survive my train ride to my D&D session 0, I believe in you. You got this. Okay? In this heat. Oh my god. Yes, euros. Okay. Glad I'm... context paperbacks in bookstores are like 12 to 18. Yeah, books are expensive. Like... expensive. Like, I will probably not... Aside from the Asterion book, I probably won't be buying books for a while. Mostly because also, that's gonna take a million years. So... and usually mostly German. Have you ever traveled to... I'm not going to try it, it's fine. And then in the summer, I would have ran myself... I would have rather... Oh my god. I'd rather off myself than travel to the place of the thing in the heat. Paramedics ready at the Frankfurt main station. People collapsing. Oh my goodness. Because the AC is not on and the wagons don't have... Oh my goodness. That's awful. That is awful. I'm sorry you guys have to deal with that. Where are we? Just because y'all are talking about how damn hot it is, I'm curious. Our heat wave has snapped. We were like 2 weeks where it was like 38 almost every single day. Today we are living in the 20s Celsius for most of this week, and it's been off and on raining a lot, so it's keeping the temperature down, which is nice. The German Train Association. Got it. They have a monopoly on the train systems here. Okay. My Pinterest rabbit hole became a D&D tiefling rabbit hole, and now I'm finally back to sci-fi. How do you go from what was it, aliens to tieflings to sci-fi? How does that work? Worst company that ever existed. I will die on this one. Monday it was 18, and that's where it has been for the last few days. We're sitting at around 18 to 25, which is not bad. As long as it's not humid, it's not bad. Oh, we are getting 35, 36 Celsius next week in London. That's... bleh. There's an entire song about them by a band in 2009, I think. That's funny. How are you planning on surviving, Mullen? I'm thinking hope and a prayer. Hope and a prayer sounds good, I think. Well, you click on every image that speaks to you like you're a magpie going, ooh, shiny. And then another going, ooh, shiny again. Yeah, I follow. And that's how you navigate Pinterest rabbit holes. Valid. I would need to get a religion before I start praying, and none of them would speak to me, to be honest. We have aircon in the loft. Yay! So I'm just going to stay there. Cows on railways, bad English, and even robotic ones on the speakers, among other things. Sounds like y'all have a time. Can I come and join you at the loft, please and thanks? I swear, I am not a humid girly. Like, the more humid and hot it gets, the more I turn into a melted ice cream. I get dizzy and stuff in times, and so I'm really happy for like the first time in so many years, like since high school, I have air conditioning now. So when it gets really, really humid, the AC goes on, and I don't feel so miserable. Emphasis on so miserable. This is the only time I'm happy, and I can flex the fact that I work in the freezer section. Nice. It's one thing I do miss about working in the coffee shop is I would spend a lot of time in the freezers at least twice a week, and it was nice in the summer. Like, my kitchen was always so cold. You go into the front of the house, and it's like, even with the air conditioning, like with all the coffee machines going and all this stuff, like, it's really hot behind the counter. So every so often the kids would come back and hang out in my freezer. And then I kicked them out because I'm the only one allowed the cool spot. I feel like this is not the right crowd, but I'm going to ask anyway. Have any of you seen Off Campus? I don't even know what that is. As per usual, even though the freezer is closest to having cooling problems, and I'm afraid that they've emptied to be repaired. Ooh, no. Which was a horror last time. AC is not a thing here. I'm sorry, honey. Jerk. Yeah, even the stores inside don't even really have AC, I think, because it's quite hot. I did hear about it because YouTube forces me to see it. I'm not interested in mundane drama. Or what are we like? Sorry, Anne. I've seen a lot of snippets online, says Mullen, but not really my thing, so I've ignored them. It's basically a book series by L. Kennedy, and it's a hockey romance. I think it's 8 episodes on Amazon, and now they're filming season 2. Yeah, not my bag. The only reason, and this proves, sorry, I'm just noticing on camera, make sure it's all weird. It's not my thing. I know backhanded compliments is sitting on my shelf. It's hockey versus tennis. I have it, and I will read it because it's Katie's book, and therefore I must read it. But yay sports. Like, yay sports ball. It's so not my alley. That's okay. I can enjoy it without you watching it. Good. Whatever is your joy, okay? I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum. We don't yuck yums here, right? If it brings you joy, then I am glad you're enjoying it. 100%. I mean, come on. I doubt, I bet I could pick some things that I'm absolutely in love with watching that people are like, not my bag, which is totally cool. I think one of the actresses is one of the hottest humans I've ever seen in my life. Valid. I went down the Maxon Hall rabbit hole, so I feel you. I don't understand what's going on, but we've been here for a half an hour. Do we want to sprint? I say this feeling like I don't know if I'm going to have the capabilities to sprint myself. I do love the vamping and the vibing. Yeah. Dean, nope, is making me wonder if maybe we shouldn't hate blonde men anymore. Like SJM taught us. Yeah. No sprint, Judge Chat. I thought you could be persuaded to look at writing again, Miss Anne. Was this a lie? Are you lying? Teen drama, but still enjoyable. Yeah, I'm just over here in my corner going, Tom Hiddleston is coming out with another series. It's going to be on Disney Plus, and I'm going to watch the fuck out of it, even though, it's probably I'm only going to be watching it because it's Tom Hiddleston. Based on a German book series, I think, and it's about boarding school or college or something. It wasn't a lie. I just love hanging out with you so much. I appreciate you very, very much. The audio is sometimes atrocious. I had to turn on the subs, but the German productions somehow are now. Like German productions somehow are nowadays. I can read. I know how to read, guys. Save Me by Mona Katzen. Used to watch her on YouTube. Yeah, it's about a prestige school. I don't really mind. I basically roam Pinterest with or without sprinting. 3 hours later, Malin is still trapped in Reddit and cannot, or not Reddit, Pinterest, and cannot get out. Oh, I just enjoy having the chat in the background. I appreciate ya. I do. The guy is the most popular guy from a rich family, and the girl is there on a scholarship to get to Oxford. That sounds like something that would put me to sleep. I mean, not that I'm judging. Again, you find your joy. I would love to be still be here in 3 hours. I mean, technically it'd be 2.5 now. Who knows? It might be till 2. Because your girl just exists here in a space with stuff. I don't know. I'm losing my brain. I get the creativity of Pinterest. The captivity of Pinterest. We're fine. Yeah, I used to get really stuck in there. I don't use Pinterest, I think, nearly as much as most folk. I don't think I've been on Pinterest in a few years. But I've known I fall into it as fast as I do on Instagram. The acting is bad, but I expected that for a German production. I'm just trying to decide if this is going to be a aliens look like us, but with add thing here type of romance, or a full-on this is a monster romance. Hey, sometimes monster romances are fun. I mean, I don't know how time zones work. I'm sorry, but I'm just vibing as long as you will let me. Yeah. Hey, I don't know anymore. Sorry. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Monster romance. Yeah. My Pinterest is rigged since I literally made a board of a hetero couple, hetero couples of third 4, and now it's just hot people and every little witchy and very little witchy, unfortunately. Yee. But for my first alien romance, maybe I just want to dip my toes in it first, I do understand that. But hear me out. If they're like us, you really have to lean into how they're different. That's the hesitation. Okay, Anne, convince me. And that might get through to distinguish between them. Might get tough to distinguish between them. I need to get water, so it's your reminder that I had to hydrate. That is a very good idea. Water's important, she says as she sips coffee. I mean, maybe that's no, like I had a 0 Pepsi a bit ago. I might get a Gatorade from the fridge. Because I am. Whereas if you go for Monster, then you get to have them be whoever works be however it works for in the story. Yeah. And you don't need the monsters to play pretend for most of the book. I mean, I've already decided that there are metapopulations overarching the alien races. So humanoids are going to be common, but so are blobs. I mean, we like a good blob. Blob is just a funny word. Blob. Another one. Let's see. Put this button. Love a good blob. Do love a good blob. We're all pro blob, apparently. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to. Blame. That's what this is. That's what this is. This is the coffee. It's right here. I am drinking it. Do you need a sprint to have a nap? No. I need a sprint to get some work done. Because this book is not going to finish itself. And I'm so behind on where I wanted to be with book 2. So I'm grabbing a timer real quick. Get it intravenously. You know, I feel like maybe that might help. Inject the coffee directly into bloodstream. Yeah, no, like I had a Pepsi for lunch. I finished my lunch an hour ago, and I'm still drinking the coffee. Like, I wish I was one of those people that get the wakey zoomies, like actually becomes wakeful from coffee, right? But it's just more of like it's like stabilizer, you know? Like, it's a time. I think you shouldn't put coffee in your bloodstream. Okay, like, in all seriousness, it's probably not the greatest idea. But, you know. Caffeine makes me sleepy. I find if soda pop, so like certain caffeinated sodas will make me sleepy. Energy drinks make me jittery, and coffee just kind of like helps me focus. It's weird. Oh, it also doesn't work for me either, so I feel your pain. Existence? Excitance? Doesn't work, you know. I think I should know that word, and I don't know that word. Now I feel silly. So let's do a sprint. I'm gonna grab a Gatorade. I'm gonna open my document. I'm gonna turn on my music. I'm gonna reread this chapter. All I want to do is play WoW. Like, all I want to do is just like, but the second one's correct. What did I say? We're here. We're gonna try to get some work done. Because I said it in the comment section of Mars's recent video about because they posted their goals for the quarter, and I have 2 goals. 3, kind of, for this quarter, or at least for the summer. Goal 1: finish this draft of book 2, which is called Project Hide and Seek. Number 3 is to get a final draft of my little short story, which is codename Black Leather Jacket, which is a short story for Durago, one of my side characters. I need to get it done before I finish book 2, because it's going to go in the back, because I want to do like a hardcover of book 1, so it's going to go in the back of that. And so it takes place between book 1 and 2. So I want to get that done. And then I also want to start the audiobook of Incarnate's Rise as well. So much stuff to do. I can't keep taking days where I'm not writing what I just said. So I saw the comment as I was talking, is what is stopping me from playing? The fact that I need to get fucking work done. We're all adults. You can play whenever you want. I give myself the structure. It's like I play after 3 o'clock in the evening. Wait, what happened to goal 2? Goal 2 is revise the draft of Project Black Leather Jacket, which is the side story. I have sent it over to be looked at and edited. So that way, when I'm ready to do the hardcover of Incarnate's Rise, I'm going to stick it in the back. It's also going to show up on the newsletter. And then I will post it somewhere. The short story is not going to be a paid content. I'm just going to, I mean, it is going to be paid since it's going to be in like the hardcover edition. If like, hopefully, knock on wood product. I do want to do a hardcover. I still haven't looked into that yet. So that I want to get that done and out of the way so then I can prepare to do all that stuff. I heard gold 1 and number 3 there. The draft, the short story, and the audiobook are goals. Yes. Okay, but it is Saturday. Yeah, but Saturdays aren't days off for me. Because my husband works. My husband is off Wednesday, Thursday. And I have accepted within myself that I cannot work while he's around. Because I want to talk to him about things. My undiagnosed ADHD seems to fire harder in the ways of distraction when he's around. So my days off are his days off, which are Wednesday, Thursday. So technically Saturday is a work day because me trying to be my most productive self is Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, from 8 a.m. If I can do earlier, it works too. But from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. is my writing time. Is my productivity time. And then 3 p.m. comes around. I just chill out for a bit. Then I go make supper. And then the rest of the evening is mine. Spent either playing games or reading books. So it's just, I'm trying. And I'm going to have to reevaluate my schedule because I'm also, like right now, I'm in physical therapy for my knee again, which is twice a week for the next month. And then I'm going to be going to the gym. So my plan is to go to the gym in the early morning, come home, and then write. So it's, yeah. I do not like losing writing days, and I feel like I've lost so many because like I've been sick or like sick or chronic pain or all of these things, right? I've lost like 3 weeks lately. And I know the whole, well, if you're not well, you rest, give yourself grace, stuff like that. I'm struggling a lot with that lately. Like, we know I'm very transparent about my mental health. But I'm struggling with the giving myself grace, resting when I'm supposed to, and that question that am I just putting off working on the stuff because I don't feel like doing it? Like, am I giving myself grace, or is this procrastination? You know what I mean? Okay, I get it. I never want to work when my boyfriend is here either because I just want to talk to him. Alls as every day, hence why I should write today and tomorrow because he won't be here. You're doing good stuff though if you have a plan to and try to stick to it. That's so much already you're doing. It really is. But also, you don't need to punish yourself for being sick and / in pain. This isn't your fault, and you shouldn't push through it. You're human and need to be taking care of yourself first. Yeah, but it's just Sometimes the spiders in my brain get the better of me. No, I feel like if we actually were being lazy, we would enjoy the time we procrastinate. But since we don't, it's not our fault. See, if you're asking yourself the question, you are for sure giving yourself grace. I feel like it's the mental health version of imposter syndrome. Whereas if you are asking the question whether or not you're faking it, you obviously aren't. Because the people who are actually faking it fucking know. And and ouch. God, you guys. But yeah, that's just like if you were being just lazy, you wouldn't be so worried about it. I mean, I don't necessarily like I understand what you're saying, but like I've had those moments where it's like I've been watching a Gab Smulders video it's like a 4-hour video, and I watch it straight. And that's all I'm doing, and I feel fine. I just get sucked in. And I'm like, that's not like I can't let myself do that. Right? Like that has been my morning so far. I was watching that video and I'm like, I should be writing. I need to turn this off. So but also having a lazy moment is okay. Agree to disagree. Because hey, camera, snap out of it. I need to get the book done. You're doing the best you can with the place you're in life, and therefore you absolutely deserve the grace necessary to keep going. You cannot work on fiction 24/7. I'm not working on 24/7. I'm not working on fiction 24/7. I used to do that. We all know your girl used to wake up at 4:00 in the morning and write until midnight. Like, so I've scaled back a fair amount. Why not? Like, go deep in why you can't just let yourself do that sometimes. You gotta turn that voice off. I keep telling you that you could be doing more. That's yeah. If I told you I did that, you would tell me it's okay. I am the biggest motherfucking hypocrite, okay? I like everybody else, 100%, give yourself grace and like all of these things. But the advice I give to people is not the advice I give to myself, because I am something. Like I'm not disagreeing with what Malin has said is saying. I know that, you know. This is turning into a pep talk. Yeah, I know, and it's gonna fucking make me cry like any goddamn minute. Because you're therapy time. Oh, I love you, but that's bullshit. Look, I have 7 books to write. I need to get the story out of my body. The amount of energy, time, effort, and money I am spending on getting all of this done is a lot sometimes. Okay? It's a lot. I don't have another job. This is what I do. I need it to feel like I am making progress, so I don't feel like I'm wasting my time and my husband's money. All right? I appreciate you guys. I do. We all have books to write. You're not wrong. When they're written, there will be more books. This is an endless cycle if you let it become one. Yeah. hey, I've talked about this more off camera than I've talked about on camera. Like some days are just worse than others, and right now we are kind of on a bit of a downswing. So it's fine. You're not wasting time or money if you're pursuing the things you love. See, that's the point. As long as I keep working, I'm pursuing, so therefore it's not a waste of time. But it's when I get distracted and when I let myself do something in the time I'm supposed to be productive is something not productive, that's when the change happens. Because I'm no longer pursuing. You know? You're working really, really hard. I'm trying. Bookfest. Appreciate. Yeah, I mean, Bookfest was so much fun, and people bought my book, and people bought my stickers, and 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 my aunt came by. Like my aunt has come to both the book events that I have been to A, cheer me on, to B, drag people to buy my book, which like is just the sweetest motherfucking thing. Like I can't. Okay. Her sister bought my book for her son because her son is big into fantasy and stuff like that. My aunt's bestie bought one of my books and she loved it and has been asking about book 2. So that's not the problem. That's okay. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm working on the whole brain thing. Okay. And it's not a problem. But people have been asking me how book 2 is coming and when they're going to have it. And I am sitting here going, if this was a perfect world, I would love for it to come out in October, like the first book. We are now in July, June. We're now in June, almost July. And book 2 is probably not coming out in October. Like it's just not. It might come out next October because my brain is like, October is when you release the paranormal fantasy books. Right? So like my brain is stamping on October and I think that's stupid, but like the parts of my brain that are like, but that makes the most sense. And so I'm just kind of like, because people will be like, so what's the book? You are working on the books, therefore you are pursuing your dreams. Breaks are necessary to feel creativity and keep you from burnout. When you're resting, you're pursuing too. You know, like, I do know all these things that you guys are saying because I say the same shit to you guys. I do know. Okay? But, like, sometimes my brain just turns inward and goes, meh. Oh, it is so sweet. It is. I loved it. It was just, it was nice. And, yeah. I was hoping to go to another book event in July. I still have checked if it's actually a legitimate event. I keep forgetting to call back the venue that I mean to. But then it's like, it's also a $75 table fee, so I'm probably not going to go because, more books. And that's fine if it's not October. I haven't published a book in 4 years. I'm still an author, still pursuing my dreams. A changed timeline or longer breaks doesn't change that. And it's exactly the same with you. I do love you guys. You make me fucking cry. No one but yourself is putting pressure on yourself. I know, which is funny. Okay, because like, if someone put an actual deadline on me, there are parts of my brain that would be like, okay, break it down. This is where the goalpost is. How much time can I devote to this? How much energy can I devote to this? If it's a deadline if it's a thing that I have to do from someone else, I feel like I'm a bit more stable. But when I'm the one putting my own deadlines on me, I feel like the pressure is more. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Okay. If taking a break and if taking a break accidentally is difficult to accept, then take some purposefully, like schedule them so you don't get mad at yourself. That's why I tried to do my schedule of you guys are awesome. You guys are. Spin that experiment a little further. If you had a deadline and you were done way before, then you tell them to move it up. So why, when you need more time, can't you move it back? It's flexible in both directions. Because I feel like if I keep moving goals, then I will keep moving goals. And then, so I think my biggest thing, okay, well, this is supposed to be a productivity stream. The thing that should not be named, the precursor to Incarnate's Rise, was a 3-book series. Okay. I got stuck on book 2 while I was working on revisions. And then it never happened. So I ended up quitting, getting a real people job, and stopped writing for 12 years. And like, you know what? That is a thing that I did and I tried and it failed. Moving the fuck on. And the majority of my life sucked since then. Like, I was actively doing something I didn't want to do. Fast forward to the fact that I was, physically couldn't do my career path and COVID and everything. So we got back into writing. And the book got wrote, the book got split, the book got rewrote, the book got published. And now I'm working at book 2. There is a part of my brain that keeps coming back to the part that I am on book 2 again. And it is not easy. Some of the revisions I have to do are quite large. And what if I'm just repeating history? And it's a part of my brain that I'm fighting. Okay? Because I know that's not true. I know this is a whole different world in terms of like where I am as a person and so on and so forth stuff. Right? So I guess I'm putting extra pressure on me because of the whole, it's not my money and I'm spending it. And I do not want to give up again. I do not want to fail myself again. You got the freaking truth out of me of why your girl is struggling with her brains. So thanks, guys. We are talking about productivity. It does count. Like I know that I am not a special gremlin in this moment. We've all had those days where shit just don't. And, eventually we move on or we don't, and we keep going or we don't. And everything's fine. If you're moving the goals is what you need to do to achieve them in a way that's healthy as possible for you. And then that's what you have to, that's what you have to do. I've recently been part of a workshop for specifically exam anxiety. And they've taught me that you need the methods that are safe and healthy and sustainable. Otherwise, you will fail. Yeah. See, I just have spite sometimes is my superpower. And I'm just like, I need to do this thing so it's going to get done. And then I hate it. You're not repeating history. I hope you're right. You have achieved and learned so much since then. I mean, to be fair, in the thing that shall never be named, it did not leave the e-world. Like, it was a digital thing and all the things that happened. Like I can turn my chair and stare at Incarnate's eyes for a while, and that's just the weirdest fucking feeling. Like I will openly admit that sometimes staring at that thing, like seeing, like holding it, I shipped it out the other day to the States because someone had ordered it from the website, so I had to ship it. And I'm like, I am shipping my thing. It is fucking weird. It's almost been a year, right? Because October will be the year. So, and it's thing. I think I did. It's fucking weird. Dude, I am trying to write a political argument scene with 4 different people that I'm trying to keep track of who knows what, and trying to figure out what exactly they're fighting about. And my brain is going, "Oh look, soup." Like I'm struggle busting hard. But at the same time, the crystal that did get stuff did nothing wrong. If anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be me. Actually, that's not true. I'm not really good at being vulnerable on main. Like I usually do this with like off camera. This. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you live and you learn. Writing and that's a word. Books. Is this supposed to say publishing? It's fucking hard. It's even harder to be successful, to make money with it. Yeah. Like I still have to try to figure out how to get back into marketing. Marketing is hard. But you are doing the thing. Another technique I've learned works well is to make extremely reasonable goals and deadlines, so that when you meet them each time, your brain goes, "I'm keeping promises to myself," and it becomes easier. So that's the hard part. That's the reasonable the reasonable part is the hard one. Because at first I'm sitting there like last October, right? And like if I can get the perfect better health me version was very much if I can get book 2 done, right? I can at least get the 0 draft done within a few months. And then it'll take a few more months to do the revisions, leaving room for schedules, like for doing betas and doing critique and stuff like that. And I'm like, there is a chance that this could be done in October. Next year sounds reasonable, but I'd also like, and that's what the way I say it is, in a perfect world, if everything aligns, I can have the book done by October and have it be ready for publishing for October. But my realist goal says next October. And then I feel like but then it's like, that's as far as I go, because like, and I was watching your Notion videos and having the calendar thing with the different, like I'm going to work on this scene today, this scene, and this, like that felt like too much goaling, you know? I had a point, and then I started looking at the chat going on with all your letters, and I got lost. I love how Anne keeps typing, "Oh, publishing, yes. Oh, it is a greater letter. Oh my God, marketing is hard. It's so hard, and I hate it. I don't know how to talk about my book aside from me going, buy my book." Marketing is the worst. It makes me want to quit writing because anytime I think about it, it's a time. I don't like it. Like, because I keep watching these author marketer videos, and it's like, yeah, talk about the book without talking about the plot. And I keep coming up with ideas, but then I'm like, okay, cool. I have the words that I want to say. Well, how do I turn it into a video? And so I can't figure out how to turn it into a video. I don't make the thing. It's fun. It's weird. Not gonna lie. I think it's worse than the umlaut. Oh, because it doesn't exist in any other language. Can't imagine using it for my aliens. Okay, but don't think about the perfect world because that's going to hurt you. Obviously, it currently is. Because realistically, that's what you want to achieve regardless. And it's actually, but then there's this like part of my brain where it's like, also, is saying next October, like not this one coming up in a few months, but is next October too far away where I'm giving myself too much procrastination wiggle room? That's another question I've asked myself a couple of times lately. But like all of the research I did when I published Incarnate's Rise was like paranormal books, paranormal fantasy, paranormal romance. Like those are October books. Like those are spooky month books. It's a thing. I don't even know. If I could, I would be a well together individual. There isn't too much time. It feels like a lot. I mean, again, with me trying to talk myself out of my shit spiral, because I do this. I do this just a lot lately. Which, personal growth, that I'm able to talk myself out of my shit spiral when I'm alone. Go me. Is I almost did the title. I almost said the title. Thanks, Stieg. Or was it Katie? I think it was Katie who wanted me to talk about the title as a treat for my anniversary. Project Hide and Seek, so book 2, is not going to require as much of a cut, stitch. Like, I'm not splitting the book into 3 books. The revisions are not so bad, aside from some places like the chapter I'm currently stuck on. So theoretically, the book is going to take less time to finish because it's not going to require as much work to finish, right? Like I know that on like some conventional level, that even though I do have a lot of work to do on it to get it done, it's not going to take no like 5 years like Incarnate's Rise did, because I don't have that much work to do. But also, if stuff keeps happening to interrupt my writing, it's fine. Okay, think about this. If you put too much pressure on yourself and fall into a spiral of depression or burnout, it's going to cost you more time to get out of it if you had just given yourself more time to begin with. Yeah. That's I mean, I've spent whole entire weeks playing World of Warcraft because I burnt out and died. While I'm happy to listen to your plan about your book, and I really am, and want to know, there's absolutely no reason for you to justify your timeline to us. I know. It's just, sometimes I just don't shut up. One of the things I think I worry about, and we're gonna put an asterisk around the words worry. It's more like passing thought that I have, is so many of the videos that I watched while researching how to do the whole publishing thing by myself, because I wasn't going to go into trade, because I don't think part of me liked the idea of doing trade, but then I tried that once and it just didn't go well, and so I'm like, I'm gonna self-publish it anyway. Sorry, tangent. So I was working on this, and I've lost what I was gonna say. People were saying like indie / self-pub authors have to do a book a year Because if they don't do a book a year, they become irrelevant. And nobody's going to want their books because they're taking so long, as in so 1 year suddenly becomes 5. You know, like, it kind of made my stomach feel gross. The idea of like, if I'm not honest about the timeline, then at least I'm like engaging with the readers. And even if the book even if the book takes more than 1 year, people are going to understand why it's happening. And so like it becomes, talking about the process kind of accidentally turns into justification. And we do not have to do that shit. Oh. Wait. That is so not true. I have heard that the backlog you have doesn't die down, unlike TradPub, because basically the other way around. Because you could always remarket again and again, like make new covers, etc. Unlike with TradPub, where your last book is the only relevant thing. There's absolutely no reason to generalize trade versus indie authors and put them into 2 specific categories of do's and don'ts. That's what I thought. Like, that's why I said, like, the whole idea of, you know, as a selfer indie, you have to do this. Like, you have to do the book a year or whatever. I don't even remember who said it. And I don't even remember if it was one person or multiple. Like, it's one of those things where it's like I vaguely remember these moments. Or it's like, or what was the other one? Another one was like write all of the books and then publish them a year apart. That was another thing I heard. Like there is a million different ways to find success as an indie author, but you gotta find success in a way that's sustainable and doable for you. Yeah. Not every indie author is trying to achieve the same results or has the same idea of success anyway. So that is just an inane thing to say, isn't it? Like, what's the point of bringing yourself? What's the point in bringing yourself out to have success only to have it drop off because you can't keep up? Yeah, and that's like, and I think that was why I started thinking about, like, I liked the idea more of like every 2 years, you know, like taking 2 years to do the book. That way life is a thing. And, you know, if life finds a way to piss me off, you know, like 2 years sounded reasonable. I definitely don't want the book to take any longer than that. I think I will fall deeper if it does. But then I'm just having those days where I'm like, really, are you sure about your original plan? It reeks of the person's own insecurities that they say that. Yeah, I agree. Look, I mean, one of those 2 authors still hasn't finished. It is a meme that he has not finished that book. But like, those are household names. I'm just a girl in her grandmother's basement. They are both hugely successful trade authors. One of them publishes 4 books a year, and the other one publishes 1 in a decade. Yeah. I mean, you could look at Brando Sando. He blinks and 12 books comes out his ass. And that's the same for indie authors. I'm gonna be okay. I'm not gonna be the George R.R. Martin. I'm certainly not gonna be Stephen King. People have made the joke saying that the Godsborn world is going to become the Cosmere, and I'm like, oh dear God, I'll settle for the MCU. Lily Gold published one but a book a year, while Kat Singleton publishes like every 4 years. It just is examples. And every author's schedule is different because every author's life is different, and I shouldn't feel the evil brain spiders because it's my shit is the thing that matters to me, and so I have to do the things that are good for me. I understand the sentences. I know them in the back of my brain that they're true. Today's just a day, I think. As soon as I get past this freaking spot, I'm bleh. As soon as I get past the part that I am stuck on and start cooking again, I think my brain will calm the fuck down. I think the fun parts of my brain just not likes, I guess it's not a great word either, but like it's kind of like panicking. I think like every so often my brain just turns onto the thing like this, there we go. I have a good analogy. I have a great analogy. Oh my God, this is happening. You know how when you play Sims, okay, and stuff goes on fire, and instead of dealing with the fire, they are running around like crazy chickens going, oh my God, why is it on fire? I think that's kind of where my brain is when I get stuck for too long. Is like my brain just starts freaking out. It's fine. Oh, it's okay to have these days. But you can't let them define you or scramble to change the thing. I don't know, but Sims is broken. I mean, duh. To be fair, I have uninstalled Sims off my computer. I don't care if they give me an entire millennium worth of free content or cheap shit. I will never play it again. So, Paralives has been out for 3 weeks already and has fixed the issue. Yeah, I haven't tried Paralives yet, mostly just because I just don't have time for new games. I keep playing World of Warcraft is my game right now. Eventually, I do want to play Dawnwalker when it comes out. But yeah. Sims is getting lower. Yeah, I read that. They're adding in-game ads, and I'm like, oh, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna go make my dinner. Thank you for the chatty chat. Thank you for being my like all your advice is amazing, Wallen. I do appreciate it. It does sit in here, okay? Even if I'm going, but, like, I appreciate it and hope you have a lovely dinner and you're awesome. And hopefully next week, or hopefully when we come back to sprinting, I'll actually be doing the sprints. Oh, Paralives is great. I should change the title to just like vibing or something. Paralives is great. Haven't played it much. Have a great day. It was great to hang Marlin. Thank you. Have a good day. You too. Barely got my pair of friends. I struggled to give her a romance. Mood. Sprints are overrated. I mean, to be fair, I feel like I get more work done on days where I'm not sprinting and I'm not in someone else's sprint, like chats or stuff, because I get distracted. And sometimes I think I work better if I just turn everything off and turn my music on and do the things. But then there are some days where I actually only work because I did a stream. So, like, I don't know. Oh, I know relationships don't do relationships for my paras. It's too much. I think my most loved feature is the unstuck button. Ooh, they have an unstuck button. That's cool. What am I? Oh, it's my microphone. Okay, hold on for squeaky. Because I'm like leaning on my table going, what the hell is that sound? And it's my microphone. I agree, because streams also kind of take social battery. Duplicate. Yeah, definitely do. I love streaming. I was talking about this last stream. I enjoy live streams more than I do making videos. Because by the time the stream is done, your girl is tired. I am ready for a nap and a snack, and I mean, one of these days, and I say this with only like the smallest degree of seriousness, because you are a busy person and and stuff and things. But we should do a thing where we stream together and we chat and we do things and stuff and things. We should do another 48-hour write-a-thon. Dude, I haven't done one of those in a minute. What's capture words again? I don't remember what capture words are. What is this? Is this something I know? I don't know if this is something I know. Like, dude, Anna and I used to stream like once a week at like in the morning. It wasn't nearly as often as she did with Celeste. Or the Three Nuts. But like there was an era where it was me, Anne, and Mars. Which was always fun. We should absolutely do a thing, but I can tell you now that I won't be productive. That's okay. Capture words was with Jess, and we had 2 teams competing. I feel like a bad friend. I do not remember this. Was this a me era, like around because I don't remember this. I really should refresh this water. It's almost empty. I'm just like slowly sipping at it. It's blackberry flavored water, which is really, really tasty. I'm drinking that instead of my coffee because I need a drink to hide behind and to fill with silence. Oh no, I'm starting to die. It's 22 in my apartment. No. Like ice stat. My team was green, procrastination, and hers was purple, deadline. I think that sounds vaguely familiar. I feel like I was around but didn't yeah, we did it a couple times. The concept of flavored water is still weird for me. Really? Don't die, Kyoko. You can push yourself through. We call it seasoned water. There was a video I was watching. I occasionally will have some nutrition type YouTuber, and he made a video stitching another guy's video where it was like, let people drink water even if they have to add seasoning to it to make it better, because no one deserves a life where water is boring. And it was really fun. And I have blackberry pomegranate, orange, and strawberry kiwi, I think. Because it's like adding flavors to it doesn't change the fact that you're being hydrated. It was the whole thing. If it has flavor, it's not water. The best flavored water that I've tasted is apple and kiwi. Oh, that sounds nice. It's the best. Oh my god. Normally I don't like flavored water too, but oh my god. No, you're right. It's important to hydrate. I try very hard. I mostly, and I say mostly because like it can't always get what I want, but if I'm not drinking water with some flavoring in it, um I am now on beverages that are zero sugar because I actually prefer them. Like, not sponsored, obviously, but zero. Like, I drink the Pepsi Zero, Gatorade Zero. My favorite soda right now is Pepsi did their own vanilla Coke, but it's like vanilla cola. Bitch, it's vanilla Coke, and it's so good. Or actual Coke, they have an orange vanilla cream, which is super tasty. Um, that's another thing I buy every so often. It's so good. I sometimes when I go out, if they don't have zero sugar drinks, I do get an actual like real soda, and I find they're way too fucking sweet. This is one of the things that came out of my gallbladder surgery thing, where it's just like I had to drink, like, only certain things would not piss my insides off, so I drank them, and now it's like the only thing I can drink, which is kind of fun. So yeah, I went from I checked the spreadsheet, and you didn't participate in any capture the words, so it's more than valid not to remember. Yeah, I feel like it was one of those things that was like happening while I was in the vicinity, but I might not have been like actually like doing things at that time. And so I kind of, like was over here cheering other people on, which I do. I love cheering my friends on, as we know. Oh boy. Oh, that felt good. Sorry. Need a stretch. We did one in 2003. Yeah, I was 2003. What the hell I was doing in 2003? I literally don't even remember. Time is weird soup. All I gotta say about that. Time is a weird fucking soup. Oh, hi. My dyslexia is erasing the two. How are you doing? I'm just like, I kept saying, like, I'm staring at it. I see the two is there. I see it. It's right there. My brain's like, no, you don't. You don't see shit. I mean, 2003, I was in high school. That was while I was working on the other thing. I agree, and the whole time is weird. It really is. Like, how is it already July? June? How is it already June? I feel like the 2000s to 2023 was forever ago. But at the same time, it feels like it never ended. 2003, I was turning 5. No, wait. Because I graduated. No, I would have been in middle school. Because I graduated high school in 2009. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Yeah, I would have been in grade 8. Never mind. I didn't think I was that much older than you were. My boyfriend wouldn't even be born that way. Born then. The pandemic is time lost. The pandemic was a weird era. Like, I don't understand. Like, literally. If people tell me 6 years ago was this or that, I'm like, I agree. 2000 was in third grade. 6 years ago, 6 years ago was 2014. Oh my God, yes, not 2020. Honestly, there are times because like 2000, 2023. No, I was here. Yeah, no, I can't map where my timeline is because so much of my 20s, um well, not so much. I mean, it was only 6 months of my 20s, was in I spent in the US, and that was its own, like, living in New York State with my husband was feels like a dream. Working at Target feels like a dream. Target was 2014. I know that much because I was there for that. I was 24 for that. It just I don't understand. I wonder if we're always going to feel like that, because like 2020 to 2023 were some of the best years of my life, but a lot of people feel like they were robbed at that time. Uh, People saying a movie from 2020, yeah, that I keep like I watch Thor: The Dark World, Ragnarok, like I watch those movies quite frequently. They are my comfy watches. Um, if I just really need to just dopamine, I will turn on anything with Tom Hiddleston in it for me to be comfy. Um, Loki can do no wrong. I think I might do that after the stream today. I think I might just watch a couple. I might rewatch Night Manager again. But like they came out like, I'm like, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. Like, I don't understand. I kind of agree with that, but also I don't. Yeah. High School Musical, Hannah Montana, we're like 20 years old at this point. I have never watched either of these. But I did watch Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, just now you have me curious. Pirates of the Caribbean made me gay before I knew what being gay means. I mean, honestly, it was either Pirates of the Caribbean or The Mummy. I think were the most questioning movies that I can think of. Vampire Diaries being almost 20. Stop it! You know, when I was pitching my book at BookFest, I'm realizing how messed up this is. Okay? I say, if you take Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Vampire Diaries Underworld, and Vampire the Masquerade, and you throw those all into a pot and you stir it up, my book is what comes out. All of my comp titles are not books. Okay. B are from like the early 2000s and early 2010s, which I marked. That's part of my shtick, right? When I was talking about the books at BookFest, I'm like, if you're into early 2000s, like late 90s, early 2000s, vampire adventure campiness, that's my book, right? But still, all of the stuff is so, it's not old, but like time feels weird, so it makes it feels like it's old. Rather buy, I guess, because I would thirst for Elizabeth and Will. I mean, I wanted Elizabeth's clothes. I thought the dresses were fucking cool, even though, yeah, you can't breathe. I thought she was a badass, and I wanted to be her best friend. Like, as the ace with questionable romantic tendencies. They were all so cool, and I wanted to be them. I went to the cinema for the third movie back then. Oh my god. I think I watched. So the first one I got on video. The second one I think I went to theaters. And the third one I think I saw on TV. The Mummy Couple is also one I'd throw for. Third. I mean, fair. Okay, but we got to agree that they don't make shows like they did in the early 2000s, 2010s anymore 100%. 100%. There's a reason why I'm writing this stuff now, because I need more of it. Okay? We need it. I mean, I've yet to actually watch the Interview with the Vampire series. Like, I watched the first season, I thought it was all right. I'm going to be rewatching it next month or the end of this month. And, you know, I need there's a reason why I rewatch these shows, because they're so great. You know? My all-time favorite show is Charmed. Yes. Gilmore Girls, never watched. And nothing hits like they did. Fact. That's why my Vampire Witch story would not work today, because it's early. I mean, that's what Incarnate's like. Incarnate's rise is set in the early 2010s. Like, it's not modern. Fun fact. I mean, it's also, the book's also doing relatively well, so maybe it's not working. Who knows? No, that's not true. I sell, I think, about a book a month, a book every 2 months. The vibes replaced as well as they wouldn't work to today's audience, IMO, or at least it's what I feel. And you are totally entitled to how you feel, right? Like, I'm not trying to say, like, like, feelings are valid. Charmed, yes. They don't make sense. They don't make these shows anymore, 100%. We gotta be the authors to bring them back. Yes. I'm torn. I'm torn of whether Incarnate's Rise could be a live action show a la Vampire Diaries, or if it should be animated. I feel like it might lead more toward animation, but I would kill for that. Absolutely. Netflix started to make shows so that people can watch them while being on their phones. I hate the concept of second screen content. I mean, to be fair, I have a second screen. I watch stuff while playing World of Warcraft, but it's the World of Warcraft that is the second screen content while I'm watching the show. Because I can turn my brain off while I play World of Warcraft, so I can watch the show. The show itself is not second screen content. Like, skip TVDs 7 and 8, 100%. I stopped watching, I think it's season 5 or 6 for Vampire Diaries. I watched the full Game of Thrones series and will never get that part of my life back. Gilmore Girls is just comforting. The Vampire Diaries does not function without Nina. I agree. Even though I loved her the Catherine character, loved her to death. I prefer the early seasons of Vampire Diaries. I'm a Damon girly. It's fine. Suddenly, other characters having arcs that they could have had earlier make everything rounder is weird. Especially Matt, because he suddenly, his 3 episodes toward the finale, I've never watched it. Let's wrap this up quickly. I hate this. Yeah. I loved Hazbin Hotel. I love Hazbin Hotel. I watched the most recent season. And we need more bottle episodes. We need more episodes of TV where the plot doesn't, like, the plot kind of happens, but it also doesn't. You know, we need the moments. There's not enough breathing room in TV now. I'm a Klaus girly. That's fair. My favorite seasons are 2, second half, and up until the end of 5. Valid. And the originals are the reason. Still have yet to watch the originals. Oh my god, same. I'm planning a fanfic. Of course you are. This is my shocked face. needs it. The one that I wanted to write actually, literally 10 years ago, but like my OC, I like my OC so much that I wanted to use her in a different story, the Vampire Witch story. I mean, to be fair, Alex, so Alexandra, the background character, well, she was supposed to be the main character, but then I got too scared to write the prequel, so Incarnate's Rise happened first. I use her in everything. I use her. She is the name I give all my video game characters. She is the character I live with the maladaptive daydream. And if I want to write a fan fiction, it's always through her. And she's like, okay, so what is going to happen if I put her in X? AKA, I know, take a drink, because I'm going to say it. Immortal Masquerades, that's how it happened. I was wondering what she would do if she met at MCU Loki. But now I'm like going to write a fanfic because for what I have planned, it only works for the characters with that background. Not written yet. My Vampire Witch story is a chaos of 6 original stories combined, my biggest ensemble of characters I've ever had. That's cool. I love it so much. That is very dope. I like that for you. Sorry, I zoned out. Error 404, crystal not found. I think maybe I should change the title to like the non-productivity stream. I mean, not that it really matters. My brain is like super hydrating. I feel like I'm also using my cup as a pillow. I mean, it doesn't really work because I knock it over, but hydrate. We are being productive. I mean, yeah, we're talking about projects and stuff. I just had this thought. I don't think it actually works. But we were talking about comp titles. I was talking about the comp titles for Incarnate's Rise. And my brain was like, you know what I could do? Now that I'm like reading Brandon Sanderson's Mistborn, because I've noticed some things in the book where I'm like, I'm kind of doing something similar. Brandon Sanderson, but with vampires, or Mistborn but with vampires, doesn't really work too well. I guess it's the Godsborn series as a whole, and not so much Incarnate's Rise. Incarnate's Rise feels more like Vampire Diaries, but with adults. I think the Godsborn is like the Godsborn series as a whole. It's like Brandon Sanderson, Mistborn with vampires, and I feel like people should send help. Wanted to write New Dragon Age. Now I want to read Vampire Diaries TO, the original fanfics. Do it. I haven't read Mistborn. I'm morally opposed to read anything by him at this point. That's totally fair. But you should take inspiration wherever I find it. It was a small moment that I had with a friend who's also read the series. So she is my anytime I have a feeling about what I'm reading, I text her, which I hope she appreciates. I hope she's okay with. But there's a moment where they're talking about something in the book, and of like, you know, why the BBEG did what the BBEG did, and why is the BBEG? It's kind of like hinting at like maybe wasn't all bad all along. And I sat there going, wait a second. So Christopher, my boy, my BBEG, my pain in the ass, right? he originally accepted power because he was told that this very big, bad, horrible, like madness, plaguey, just awful thing was coming. And his father, and the big important people of his kingdom, were like, "Oh, that's not going to happen. You're crazy." All these things, and they weren't willing to do what needed to be done to save the kingdom. So, Christopher, who was the prince at the time, was like, "Okay, I'll do it. I care. I also like being powerful, so I'm going to do this thing, and it's going to hold back this horrible, horrible, horribleness." So he did the thing and became who he is, and he got all this power, and he took it back home and saved his people from the terrible, horrible madness. But it is the terrible, horrible madness that what he was trying to stop, he actually started. And so I'm reading Mistborn, and I was kind of getting that similar vibe. So it's like the evil madness plague was the power we had along the way. And yeah. Christopher thought he was doing the right thing. He got manipulated by a bunch of scary fuckers. And now he is the first vampire and the most evil bastard on the planet. So, it's fine. Oh, read the TVD fanfic. I think I was still stuck on the prologue. I'm trying to figure out how to write the first chapter. Mood. Seriously, listening to you talking about Incarnate's Rise, I want to write the Vampire Witch stories. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I mean, do it. What? The thing buzz. My phone buzzed. I'll make sure it's not important. Holy hell, look at all that stuff. Yep, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I will look at the rest of my notifications later. Just to kind of see what they were. Because my ring can't, like, we have a camera on our door. And so I'll get the notifications on my phone. I think my phone was just my grandma doing gardening and stuff. That's okay. That's very important. Playing with Brock is super important. The Pupperino is awesome. The story is fixed in 2014. At least season 4, the beginning of season 5. Yeah, I wrote / planned it because Charmed, The Vampire Diaries inspired. I mean, I feel like that sounds like an amazing story. Like, as a concept, Charmed, Vampire Diaries, just smoosh. I think that's amazing. It really hurt. It's being dramatic. Brock! Broccoli! Hearts. We love a good broccoli. Brock is the goodest of boys. I would write it in German, though. That's fair. I mean, honestly, I write it in the language it's the easiest. You know? Oh, man. You guys. This has been a lot of fun and a lot. It's been both. We productive. We got up. We did. And sometimes just doing the bleh. Got Anne on the news, gossip and drama. Up to date on the news. Yeah, this was literally the Anna's been gone for so long that we need to like just bleh stream. I might title it that. I think it might be funny. The catch up and Sophie stream. But then people would actually think that like you were on camera with me or something if you were actually like in the stream. So I'm just going to change like the not so productivity. Very thankful. I might drop off the face of the earth again. I'm gonna come at you with a spork. I mean, to be fair, I also realize that it takes two people to be in contact with people. And so I could have poked and be like, how's it going? 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 But stop. Stop dropping off the face of the earth. I think I failed my finals. No. And if I did, I have another 4 months extra. Everybody, whether you're on the live right now or you're watching the replay, manifest passing energy to Anne. So she doesn't have to deal with 4 more bullshits. Oh no. It is what it is. I hate that sentence. My issue isn't the material. It's how they need us to write it in the exams, you know? Ugh. I don't test well. Me and exams, I'm very glad I no longer have to test. I don't have to do school. I keep thinking about going to doing an actual college with actual writing crap. And I'm just like, nah. I tried to do that once in my local college. They had a creative writing, and that was not a good program, so I will never do that again. You're welcome. I just don't logically understand why it has to be this way, so my brain won't let me learn it. Yeah, I understand how that is. There was many times when I was doing the baking and pastry arts course, I'm just like, this doesn't make logical sense to my brain. Like, I'm 36. When I went to college in 2018 for the baking and pastry arts. My husband is in his late 40s or late 30s, right? He had to help me with my math homework because how they were teaching the math did not make fucking sense to me. I could figure out the answer, but I did it backwards. So he had to actually sit down with me and help me learn it front to back instead of back to front, which is the story of my life, because that's just me and math to begin with, is I can figure out the answer, couldn't tell you how I got to it. How I got to it makes no fucking sense. Even if I wrote it down, it doesn't make any sense. Right? Being neurospicy in a world of typical is so tiring and so exhausting. Except for part of me is kind of wondering if the neurospicy isn't actually the norm and the neurotypical is the minority, because it feels like there's so many people that are neurospicy that have just forced themselves to try to be typical for years. So because I mean, if we're all sharing similar experiences, are we really the small group? You know? I'm just saying. I've no science of proof. It seemed for me. Interesting. But we still have to live in a neurotypical world. It is true. And I hate it. I hate it so much. I am a spicy girl in my spicy world. With my undiagnosed ADHD, my other neurospicy tendencies. It's all hereditary, I think. Because I was talking to my parents. I was talking to my dad. And my dad, he has ADHD, so he's the ADHD autism. He lives on that fun curve. So then it's like I see the thing. I see the things my dad does, and I'm like, oh shit. And then I also see the things my mom does, and see, oh shit. Wait, what? What am I trademarking? I was spice a girly with I already forgot. My brother's diagnosed ADHD. I think I might have both. What's my hot girls read? What am I trademarking? I do not want to become hot girls read. That was I watched the videos of all that drama and got very confused as to why people exist. Like the hot girls read stuff makes me wonder why people exist. But I can't get tested for another 3.5. Otherwise, I might not have a job. Yeah, because cause I remember you and I talking about this. Is because the government doesn't want people to admit that they're mentally different from everyone else. Or you and I talked about this. I remember this conversation. I'm like, okay, fine, get your job, and then go get diagnosed with all the things you want to get diagnosed with. Like I can't get tested either. But that's mostly because I don't really have $1,000 to spend, and it costs $1,000 here to get a diagnosis for the neurospices. Even I got the hot girls read drama. It's everywhere. Da, 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 da. Also, I think my family hasn't bothered to test me, even though they were annoyed and stuff. It was just to behave. Yeah, I got the I grew up with the why can't you just be normal? Or like you're too like you're too much of whatever. Like I didn't even know what ADHD and autism and stuff were until I'm pretty sure they were conversations with Anne, which was very much like I made a joke. It was either Anne or Mars. I made the joke saying I might have ADHD, and the response was, "Oh, honey, are you sure? Are you sure? Because yes." And I was just like, "Oh, fuck you." Yes and no. Like the ADHD might not be an issue for the job, but it's not 100%. And also, I have issues with the thing because the private ones won't take you after the diagnosis. Yes, no, I do retro Laurel Ray. I even signed her form to see if she would talk about my book. I'm such a loser. I know she's the fake the lawyer that might not be a lawyer with the cease and desist thing. I don't know. I really don't. Yep, the Christina K thing. I saw that. I saw that video when it came out. Oh yeah, I got the don't be too loud. At the same time, why are you so quiet? Yep. I got those from like so many authority figures. And I asked, "What do you mean weird?" Like, I don't know, just weird. Like, well, that doesn't help me. You saying I'm being weird doesn't help me. There's a reason why I use the audio. I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I post on TikTok. I also was told that, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. We took a tool. We took the test and also the autism test with Mars and scored higher than them. Yeah, I remember that. I took the ADHD test. I took the autism test, and I am somewhere in the curve. I remember that. And then I also took the I called it the alphabet soup test because it was like my results were like ITNJ or something. I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but yes. Yeah, I did that. I remember this. I scored high on both of them too. Yeah, I can't even remember what my answers were. Like, I think I ended up. I don't know because there were definitely things because like I remember it came up because I said that I have rules for food and I have rules for social engage. Like I have systems built into how I engage with the world, and that was just like, hey, Crystal, want to take this test? I'm like, huh? I think I remember that. Are you German or autistic? And I got autistic there too. What? I am INJF. I only remember that because Nina said it stands for I never thought. Whoa. I don't remember what mine was. Oh well, I have a closed system and probably the weird part. Closest, like yeah. Um, let's see. So it's lens pyramid. How? I mean, I know like I have rules with food where there are certain foods I won't eat um because of the textures of them. That my rule I am starting to give a little bit up on my rules. I've noticed since I've, got sick and got healthy again. Um um yeah. I don't even remember my rules anymore. I'm so tired. Cleanest clothes are my bed clothes. I only wear them in bed under the covers, and I only wear them after a shower. Fair. If I don't like the texture, I ain't eating it. Also, me. There are clean inside clothes that I can wear after showering. Only two when I'm around the house, where I'm not when I'm working fixing stuff. Yeah, I have don't leave the house clothes that like technically that I wouldn't constitute as like sleeping clothes. Um, but like I sleep in them. Like I wouldn't call them pajamas because they're street clothes that I've just decided are part of my in the house clothes. And then I have my out of the house clothes. Um, yeah, mostly because being a goth takes effort, and I'm not going to take that level of effort if I'm not leaving the house. That's how I see it. Um, yeah, similar dirty inside clothes, which I wear inside and haven't showered, so I wear working out, fixing stuff. Then there's the outside clothes where I cannot be worn inside. I have extra clothes when I go down to the washing machines because space is so dingy and stinky. Valid. And I have dirty outside clothes when I'm like in the garden or something. Yeah. Like I think there's I think I have a sweater that I specifically use when I'm painting. And then I have a shirt that I specifically wear when I go get my hair dyed because I know they're gonna get ruined. So I'm not gonna care about them. Okay, now that's too complicated for me. Welcome to my brain. I think I do have the same thing with socks. They're quickly changed. Valid. This has been a very interesting day. Clothes can move down the pyramid, but never up. Fascinating. Like to be fair, the Kingdom Hearts shirt is usually part of my laundry day clothes because it's usually at the bottom of the pile. Oh, I'd rather die than be barefoot. See, I hate wearing socks. I hate wearing shoes. I wander around being barefoot. I like feeling the texture of the surface under my feet. But then I also not don't like touching things. So I fucking know. Um so in the summer, super super. My husband's the same way. Shannon doesn't do the barefoot thing. I wear socks 24/7. That's fair. I could never. I mean, fair. It's all fair. Everything's fair. Oh, I think so. We've been streaming for 2 hours. I think instead of doing a sprint, this is just the vibe stream. I'll even title it vibe stream. Um, but I do think I'm actually gonna take off because I'm starting to get sore. I'm starting to get I'm starting to get tired, like physically. Just ugh. I love where I love where bleh. I love that where the weird, just different. Yes. Yeah, good vibe stream. It's okay. Yeah, so let me pull up. I'm gonna pull up the thing because I have my outro. I'm going to open it. I'm going to remove it. There we go. It's been very fun hanging out with you, Anne. It's been very nice. And I know that, like, for the first half of the stream, I was somewhere close to the crashing out. Your face. Rusty's cool too. Hopefully next sprint. The next sprint is going to be, Lord, probably not sprinting again until the 4th. I think 4th of July, because Fiction Fest. So, once Canada Fiction Fest is done, I'll be back to streaming. I also have a stream on the 2nd. Yeah, of July. Because Fiction Fest. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. On Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm sorry. I will be on a panel for Canada Fiction Fest talking about elements of storytelling and world building, which I'm super excited for. I am going to put... Yeah, I know. There are going to be replays for 1 week after the event ends. So you'd be able to watch the replay if you want. I know that's what Steve's doing. But this is the event link. Yeah, you can watch the replay. All the videos will be up for 1 week after the event ends. The event is going on until the 4th of July. Right? Yeah. And it's all a bunch of Canadian authors. There's a lot of panels. I have one panel, which is the elements of world building, which I'm actually going to be on the same panel as the author I was telling you about, Stealing from Wizards. He is also on the same panel, so I'm like, at least I know someone. It's all digital. I'm also going to be doing a book reading for on July 2nd. I think that one's at noon. I think that one's actually in the middle of the afternoon. Yeah, I'm a part of a big panel. I'm very excited. So, yeah. Check it out. Some new authors, friends, things, stuff. But for now, your girl is done. I'm going to take a nap. And when I say nap, I'm just going to go play some WoW and chill out. So until next time, I appreciate every single one of you. We'll see you guys in the next video, stream, reel, wherever the hell it is, you find me next. Okay?